it used to be this foreign place that I was going to go to, and now it's
now you call it home.
Finally we're home, and the United States is a foreign country.
You're spending 5 minutes with a missionary. This podcast is a window into missionary life. It's fun, it's personal, it's real, and it's always an adventure. During Season 1, LCMS missionaries serving around the globe consider the topic of home. Today we'll hear from Pastor James and Deaconess Christel Neuendorf. James and Christel are church planting missionaries in Puerto Rico.
All right, my name is Pastor James Neuendorf. I'm here with my wife, Christel, Deaconess Christel.
Hey, guys.
I remember when we the first field that you and I served in was in Panama. And I was like, what a weird thing it was, because it used to be this foreign place that I was going to go to, and now it's now
you call it home.
Finally we're home, and the United States is a foreign country after a while, and now we've done that 3 times.
Right, and it changes each time. And for us serving in Latin America, it's always warm here, and so many times we come back and I was like, I just feel like my body can just relax, and I have the humidity and it's hot and it feels so good. And it's kind of funny. I didn't grow up at all in that. It's like a warm blanket. But it becomes a part of you, becomes of, what's familiar, and it becomes home.
So does Puerto Rico feel like home yet, do you think?
That's a good question. I think so. For me, it does. How about you? Yeah.
I think we're close. It's because I would say that in Panama it took probably
a long time,
2-3 years,
and then we left.
And then in the Dominican, it took a little while, at least 2 years.
Yeah,
and I think we're getting there here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's interesting because we've also moved in different houses, right? So we moved right before the earthquake here in Puerto Rico. And one of the most interesting things, I think, we had been in our new house here in Puerto Rico for 2 weeks before the earthquake?
Yeah, maybe 2 or 3.
We had just moved in.
Yeah.
And instantly it became the headquarters for the...
Right. People were in and out. We had our neighbors came over, which was awesome. We had church in our garage.
Yeah, what a way to meet your neighbors.
It was awesome. But it was kind of like, this is what we wanted our house to be, a home for those. And that was kind of neat here. We live fairly close to church here, and people here where we live walk around a lot. So they a lot of times are by our house on a daily basis. And so it was kind of hard during COVID because that was something, trying to keep space, trying to keep everyone safe and everything like that. But
we were on lockdown, but people would come up to the windows and yell.
Right. It was really cool.
How are you guys?
And it's a real blessing, and there's boundaries there. There's things that you have to, maintain for your own family, in space like that. But I feel like there's a really healthy balance here, which is awesome, because it's what I think that, your house should be.
I mean, I think for a lot of people listening, the differences in the type of house and the way that the house works in Latin America, things are much more open. It doesn't seem like a big deal, but I notice it every time we go back. It's like everybody is living in a very sealed, like hermetically sealed.
Right. Even in the summer, it's like, well, we have all the doors, you have the screens on for sure. We have the windows sealed shut so we can have the air on. And I'm like, it's so nice outside.
Right. It's like, live in your house.
Just enjoy the
line between outside and inside is much more
really
gray.
different. And for us, even though we have iron gated,
everybody always comments on that too. They're
like,
oh,
that I remember was a big thing.
It looks like you live in a prison.
Iron bars, I guess you could say, right?
But it's kind of just a normal.
You can kind of be outside, but remain safe because everything's locked up, basically. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we just had some visitors come, or some of our family came, and they're like, wow, everything's just so open. You just go out in the backyard, go in the front yard. And I kind of forgot. It's like, at least coming from the north, like we're from Michigan, you get maybe 3 months, 4 months out of the year where you can kind of go outside and eat on your patio, maybe. Yeah. And so it's like, oh yeah.
And the tasks are different. Like the neighbors, you'll see all the neighbors outside watering their driveway. You're like, what are you doing?
That was
right?
a big
But
thing.
It's like, keep the dust down.
Right.
Like it's just a different set of
Yep. Are your driveway every day. there's different things. Figuring out how to fix things in your house is always different. That was a big deal when we first got to the
concrete
field.
walls. You can't hang
Concrete
anything
walls,
on the wall without
concrete walls.
a hammer drill.
Right. I just want to put up a picture.
All right. Well, to wrap up, what advice would you give in 2 sentences to a new missionary about how to reach a point where they feel at home in a different country?
I think one would be when you're coming back after a trip or after home service or something like that, and you have the feeling of, wow, I'm going home, and you actually say that, and you get to your house, your apartment, or wherever you live, and you kind of just say, wow, I'm home.
So have difficult experiences outside so that you really want to go back to that apartment.
No, it sounds like you don't want to be in the States. We love the States. It's just, yeah.
We miss it, but not very much.
I do. But you're entitled to your own opinion. Fun times.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you guys so much. It was great to talk with everybody. God's blessings to you all.
God bless.
Thanks for spending 5 minutes with a missionary. To learn more about James and Christel, go to lcms.org/Neuendorf. You can also sign up for their newsletter using the link in the show notes. You can find this podcast at kfuo.org/missionary podcast or anywhere you get your podcasts. Have you ever thought about serving as a missionary? Reach out to mission.recruitment@lcms.org to learn more.